afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Ken Lindley Field here in Prescott. John Rust with you as we have just gotten underway with today's game, the regular season finale, Yavapai College taking on Scottsdale Community College. Nothing to score with 42 minutes remaining in the first half. Again, final regular season game of the year for both these squads. Next Monday, the Region 1 playoffs begin. As we head into that, we have a three-way tie for first in the ACCAC between Yavapai, Phoenix, and Pima. Yavapai with the ball. Yavapai in their home white jerseys. Scottsdale in the dark green jerseys. Kick toward goal, and that is scooped up by Scottsdale goalie Gerardo Ramos. He'll roll that one out to number 21, Andre Henderson. Henderson, long kick downfield. Chasing after that one is McCabe. And collision of players going down is number 4 for Yavapai, Mondragon, but he is back up. Kick by Eli Williams. Williams getting the starting goal today for the Rough Riders, native of Gympie, Australia. Speaking of goalies, the keeper for Scottsdale, Ramos, with the ball and gets that one over to number 21, Andre Henderson. Off the head of number 5, Xavier Wilson, and that one goes out of bounds. Ryan Wallace to throw it in for the Rough Riders off the knee of Manuel Quiros. I think we might have gotten a handball there called against Yavapai, so it will be Scottsdale ball with 40-25 remaining in the first half. No score between the Rough Riders and the Artichokes.
Yep. Gotcha.
Scottsdale with the ball on the far side. Now here come the Artichokes as Gabriel Claudio, and it looks like Juan Ramirez tangling. Loose ball, chasing after it is Yavapai, and they get it back. Mayen with it on the far side. Now stolen away, almost stolen away by Scottsdale, and they do get it. Long kick toward the near side of the field. And that one is going to roll out of bounds. Ryan Wallace with the throw in for the Rough Riders. He'll get it over to Mondragon, and he'll kick it over to the keeper, Williams. He boots that one over the halfway line, now headed by the Artichokes. Off the chest of Mayen. He pushes that one over to Isaiah Strong, now stolen by the Artichokes. That's number 15, Calderon. Calderon trying to find his way around the Yavapai defense. Deflected off a Rough Rider defender. Scottsdale still gets the ball back. Over to number 10, Kamani Stewart. And kicking a roller right into the hands of Eli Williams. 39 minutes to go in the first half. No score in our game. Again, the regular season finale. Long kick down the far side of the field. Off the back of, it looks like, Victor Sanchez of Scottsdale. They get the ball, kick toward the halfway line. Strong passes it over on the far side. I believe that's Zamora. And that one rolls out of bounds with 38-25 remaining in the first half. Absolutely beautiful day here in Prescott. Gorgeous late October day, while a lot of the country is starting to get chilly. Right here in Prescott, Arizona, sunny and 74 degrees, or 74 degrees, excuse me. Xavier Wilson gets that one over to Henderson. Pass over to the far side of the field. Prieto Esquivel kicks it toward the keeper, Ramos. He'll hold that in and kick that one into Yavapai territory off the head of Mondragon into the center circle. Ball bounces by Strong. Scottsdale picks it up. Stewart in the center circle, trying to get around Eddie Flores. Able to get the pass off. Scottsdale coming toward the box. Pass to Ramirez. Ramirez getting double-teamed by a couple Yavapai defenders. Now a roller over to McCabe. Gets that one over to Ramirez. Ramirez turns again, double-teamed. And ball stolen by the Rough Riders. Eddie Flores, pass intercepted by Stewart. Now off the foot of Calderon. Kick blocked by Strong. Chase for the ball. And Gabriel Claudio catches up to it for Yavapai. Brings it down the far side. Pass off the knee of an Artichoke. Now Yavapai gets the ball. It's Mayen. Mayen with a lead pass to Claudio. Claudio in the box, but cleared by Scottsdale. Eddie Flores with it now. Kick into the box and dive and stop by Ramos. Again, as I mentioned before, Yavapai, Phoenix, Pima, all in a three-way tie as far as conference records go. Pima taking on Arizona Western tonight. Phoenix, meanwhile, they're taking on Glendale. So very important games here in the ACCAC. Playoff matchups will be announced tomorrow morning from the ACCAC as Eli Williams takes that one in front of goal for the Rough Riders with 35:40 remaining in the first half. By the way, something to keep in mind, folks. The Rough Riders are 4 goals away from 3,000 all-time in team history. Will they set that mark today? Well, we'll find out as Juan Ramirez has it for the Artichokes. Scottsdale bringing it down the far side of the field. Yavapai defense right there with them. That's Isaac Flores on the far side. Ball gets away from him. Push, and looks like we're going to get a foul called against the Rough Riders. 34:58 to go in the first half in a 0-0 game between Yavapai and Scottsdale. Scottsdale looking to get off a bit of a schneid. They've lost their last 2 games, including last Saturday to Arizona Western. Pretty good battle that the Artichokes gave the Matadors. That was a 2-1 win for AZ Western. Kick toward goal and over the goal and out of bounds goes that ball. And already we're going to have some substitutions for the Rough Riders. Yavapai 14-3 overall on the season, 7-2 in ACCAC play. Boy, it goes to show you how critical those 2 wins were last week that they got over Arizona Western and Pima. Classic game against Pima. I'm sure many of you saw on our live stream on kyca.info and the Prescott Media Center. A 2-1 win for the Rough Riders. Both goals scored by Jonathan Mayen, both assists from Paul Fulop. Rough Riders with the ball on the far side with 33:33 remaining in the first half. Claudio gets the ball over to Mondragon. Ball now intercepted by Stewart. A couple of slow passes that Scottsdale is able to take advantage of. Now Loic Borges gets the ball away, so does Jalen Atkinson. And they get it over to Fulop. Fulop slips and falls. That gives Stewart the chance to get it back for the Artichokes. Now over to number 15, Calderon. So far, 2 shots on goal for Scottsdale, just 1 for the Rough Riders. As we hit the 33-minute mark left to go here in the first half. Fulop with the ball. Now long pass to Atkinson. Atkinson trying to chase it down. He does. Now trying to get around the defender. A push there from Wilson. Ball out of bounds. Going to be a corner kick for the Rough Riders. Taking the corner will be number 14, Jonathan Mayen. And kick and deflected by the Scottsdale defense. Race for the ball. Looks like it's Gabriel Claudio who catches up with it on the far side. Battle for the ball at the far corner, and it rolls out of bounds. And it's going to be Scottsdale possession. Goalie Gerardo Ramos will kick this one away for Scottsdale. As players back up, there's the boot. That'll land in Yavapai territory off the head of Strong. Yavapai with possession on the far side of the field. They try to split the defenders. Ball skips away. Looks like it went off the foot of Juan Ramirez as Fulop was trying to drive through him. Throw in for Yavapai. Now a long boot toward the box. Atkinson trying to get it off the head of one of the Artichokes. I think that's Xavier Wilson. Knocks it out of bounds, so it will be another corner kick for the Rough Riders. Mayen to do the duty. With 30-40 remaining in the first half, 0-0 between Yavapai and Scottsdale. Kick toward ball and punched away by Ramos. Gabriel Claudio gets it for the Rough Riders, kicks it toward the box, blocked by the Artichoke defense, and then clear to the far side. Eddie Flores able to haul it in for Yavapai. Now double teamed and taken down. And it looks like we're going to get a foul against the Artichokes. Certainly one of the more unusual names for a college team. Put it right up there with the Banana Slugs. I believe that's UC Santa Cruz, if I'm not mistaken. Kick coming from Yavapai. And just misses the foot of Isaiah Strong, and on a one-hopper, it goes into the hands of Gerardo Ramos. Now Scottsdale trying to bring it down the far side, but that pass a little too far from its intended target. Goes out of bounds near the Scottsdale bench with 29-18 remaining in the first half. 0-0 the score. Mondragon gets the pass over to Strong, off the foot of Strong, and Scottsdale gets the ball back. Stewart, kick off of a Yavapai defender, chasing it down, Jake McCabe. He makes the kick, but that's going to land right into the hands of the keeper, Eli Williams. Big punt there by the Australian. Bouncing on the far side, off the head of Brandon Fisher. Battle at the corner by Fisher and number 11, Matt Logan. Ball goes out of bounds. And it looks like last touched by the Artichokes. So Fisher to throw it in for the Rough Riders with 28-18 left to go in the first half in a 0-0 game. Throw in, headed out of the box by the Artichokes. Chase for the ball, slide by Mayen. Yavapai gets it back. Strong, pass over on the far side. Looks like that's Fisher with the ball. Fisher bringing it to the box, makes the pass. And they're turning, firing is Fulop, and Fulop just wide of net. A good sequence between Fisher and Fulop. Fulop with a great twist, great kick, but just a little off target. Certainly the best scoring opportunity Yavapai's had so far in this game. Ramos Kicks that one over to McCabe, the freshman defender. Now boot over to Eli Williams in goal. We'll get that one over to Claudio. Long kick down the far side, race on for the ball. Brandon Fisher gets it for the Rough Riders. Former Bradshaw Mountain Bear gets the pass to Strong. Out to Fisher, and Fisher loses the ball. Scottsdale with it, and they kick it out of bounds into the Rough Rider bench. So throw in for Yavapai with 26:43 remaining in the first half. 0-0 the score. Off the foot of Fulop. Now big punt in the air by the Artichokes. Stolen by Scottsdale. Stewart with the ball. Long kick off the head of Borres. And Eli Williams going to come in and snag that ball. And then roll it over to Loic Borres. To Mayen. Almost had that ball stolen away from him by Stewart. Now Mayen gets it, kicking it toward the box. Fisher racing to catch up for the ball before it goes out of bounds. He gets it. Kick off of, it looks like number 11, Logan, and the ball bounces up into the grandstands on the other side of the field. And it will be a corner kick for the Rough Riders. I believe this is going to be their third of the game. And again, it will be Jonathan Mayen taking the kick. His players crowd in the box with 25-25 remaining in the first half. 0-0. Rough Riders hoping to change that here. Headed away. Borres with it. Borres turns, kicks roller toward net, and now Claudio with the shot. Claudio has the shot blocked by the Scottsdale defense. Yavapai getting the ball back. And now Scottsdale with the big clear, and that's going to go out of bounds into the Artichoke bench. But a couple of good opportunities there for Yavapai to score, but some nice blocking of shots by the Artichoke defense. Borres tried for the cross. Now there's the kick in. Nice diving stop by Ramos. Yavapai with it. Eddie Flores. Flores trying to fight off the defender. Gets shoved down by, I believe, Wilson. Ball goes out of bounds. Ramos to kick it away. And again, great diving stop by Ramos, as he came into today's game with 84 saves on his stat sheet this season. Battle for the ball, and it looks like number 22, Alhidri, able to get it for Scottsdale. Ball goes out of bounds, and it will be Wilson taking the throw in for the Artichokes. Stolen by Borres. Now Borres with the pass to Mayen. Mayen driving toward the net. Mayen kick and just over the net. Again, a good job by Scottsdale defense getting in front of Mayen, trying to mess up that shot. Score still 0-0 between the Rough Riders and the Artichokes. Stewart with it for Scottsdale. And now Eddie Flores gets the ball back for the Rough Riders to Borres. Borres going to pass it back to Mondragon. Claudio crossover to Mondragon. Now, well, it was either intended for Borres or Atkinson. And the ball rolls by them and out of bounds. And we have a water break now. So 22:36 remaining in the first half. Still 0-0. 8 shots on goal for Yavapai, just 2 for Scottsdale. Rough Riders, they are looking to remain perfect in the month of October. Yavapai College, they are 6-0-0 so far this month. Also, the Rough Riders looking to stay unbeaten in home matches as they are 11-0-0. And if you want to talk how important it is to get that first goal of the game, Yavapai this season, when scoring the first goal of a match, they are 12-0-0. But remember, Yavapai did not get the first goal of the game in their contests against Mesa and Pima. Still came back and won those. But again, always good to get that first marker of the day and just get the momentum train going. Last time these two teams got together, it was October 9th of last year, with Yavapai squeaking out a 1-0 victory over the Artichokes. And it looks like the water break is just about over. Both teams heading back out onto the field. Mentioned before, Yavapai 14-3 overall on the season. Scottsdale, well, they have a sub-500 record this year. They are 6-8 overall, 4-5 in ACCAC matches. 0-0 the score in the first half of the regular season finale. Region 1 playoffs get underway next week. The first games will be on Monday, the region semifinals next Wednesday, and then the championship match on Saturday, November 2nd. Header by Borges. Artichokes get the ball. Wilson, he's going to kick it over to the goalkeeper, Ramos. Now ball stolen by the Rough Riders. Fenton to Mayen. Mayen with the shot. Mayen in goal! Jonathan Mayen picking up the first goal of the day for the Rough Riders. And Yavapai able to catch the keeper out of position. There was only one defender in the net. And Jonathan Mayen, talk about a golden opportunity for a goal there. Didn't pass it up, knocked it in, giving the Rough Riders the 1-0 lead. Jonathan Mayen, 11 goals on the season. He came in number 3 in goals in the conference. And I believe it's this weekend the all-conference teams will be announced. And if Jonathan Mayen is not an all-conference first team selection, then there must be something wrong with the voting process, my opinion. Quiros bringing it toward the box. To Borges. Borges takes a shot off the, and a header into the net! And what a sequence off the backside of Wilson, off the crossbar, then a header into the net for the second goal. And just like that, Yavapai on top, 2-0. So 2 quick goals for the Rough Riders as they try to establish control of this match. And it looks like that was Jonathan Mayen again, assist by Paul Fulop. So just like in the Pima game, Jonathan Mayen with 2 goals. And now here comes Yavapai again, Tucker Fenton. And the ball stolen by Scottsdale. 2-0 Yavapai on a pair of goals by Jonathan Mayen, including a great header past the keeper, Ramos. A dozen goals on the season for the freshman attacker from Upland, California. I'm sure there are lots of smiles on the faces of lots of people in Upland. Kiddos in the center circle, off the leg of Henderson. Yavapai trying to get the ball back. That's number 15, Calderon with it. Pass over to Stewart. Stewart, a couple of defenders in front of him. Trying to get around him. Yavapai cuts him off. Now Stewart with the pass, stolen by the Rough Riders. Isaac Flores to Tucker Fenton in the circle. Fenton going to cross that one over to Loac Borges. Borges try to get it to Kiddos. Ball scoots past him. Scottsdale gets it. Now a long kick. And that one is going to go out of bounds. By the way, Tucker Fenton gets credit for the assist on Mayen's first goal. Assist on the second goal by Mayen goes to Paul Fulop. Yavapai with the ball on the far side of the field. Brandon Fisher with it. Fisher trying to get around the defense with the kick, and that one deflects off an artichoke and goes out of bounds. By the way, that is the second assist of the season for Tucker Fenton. Paul Fulop, meanwhile, he has 6 assists on the season. Corner kick now for the Rough Riders with 19 minutes to go in the first half. 2-0 Yavapai. Bouncing ball, sliding kick attempted by Yavapai, but it goes out of bounds. Skipped in front of the goal, but no Rough Rider there to knock it in. So the Artichokes dodge a bullet. Ramos to kick it away for the Artichokes. Delay here as we have a substitution for the Rough Riders. Ryan Wallace coming back into the game for Yavapai. Scottsdale with the ball. Bernardo Padilla. Pass over to number 8, Prieto Esquivel. Now Scottsdale with it on the far side of the field. Ball bounces around. Battle for the ball, trying to get it is Alhidri. And now Mayen with it for Yavapai. Pass to Kiddos. Kiddos hanging toward the box. Mayen with it. Mayen with the pass and booted away by Scottsdale, but picked up by Eddie Flores. Gets it over to Borges. Borges turns, kicks, and right in front of the goal was Fenton, but he slid and couldn't get a foot on it. Oh, Tucker Fenton, so close to picking up the goal there. By the way, folks, Yavapai College now 2 goals away from the 3,000 goal plateau all time for this team. Yavapai, Kiddos, couple defenders around him. Makes the turn toward the box. Ball stolen by Scottsdale. Ramirez with it for the Artichokes. Defense kind of surrounding Ramirez. Long kick stolen by the Rough Riders. That's Gabriel Claudio. Rough Riders heading toward goal. There's the kick, and off the heel of Henderson. Now Scottsdale. Pass over to the near side. It goes off the foot of Padilla. The freshman forward. Ramirez with it. Strong bumps into him. They battle for the ball. Scottsdale still has it now on the far side of the field with 16 minutes remaining in the first half. 2-0 Yavapai. 2-goal day for Jonathan Mayen. Assist by Tucker Fenton and Paul Fulop. Mondragon over to Strong. Now Ryan Wallace gets it back to Mondragon. Eddie Flores, ball skips off his foot. Now he gets it back. Rough Riders with it on the far side. Kick toward the box. Off the back of the heel of Henderson. Chase for the ball. And Scottsdale going to keep that from going out of bounds. Borres getting the ball back for the Rough Riders. Kicks it over to Wallace. Isaiah Strong has it now. Now Strong. Picked up by Stewart. Stolen by Wallace. Wallace right behind him is Alhidri. Now Mayen. Mayen driving to the box. There's the kick and a roller past the net. 14:23 remaining in the first half. It's 2-0 Yavapai. Ramos getting ready to kick this one away. Header by the Rough Riders, and that's going to bounce out of bounds into the Yavapai bench. Artichokes pick up the ball. Prieto Esquivel with it. Rough Riders steal it back. Claudio bringing it down the far side. Claudio almost tripped up. Still on his feet. Kick. Header by Yavapai. Eddie Flores tracks the ball down, passes it into the circle to Pedro Mondragon. Al Mayen turns, heading toward the goal. Knocked away by Henderson. And now Stewart with it. Stewart slides that one over to Ramirez. Now cross over to Prieto Esquivel. Rough Riders get the ball back. Eddie Flores brings it into Scottsdale territory. Lead pass to Fenton, and offsides is the call. .12:38 remaining in the first half. 2-0 Yavapai on a pair of goals by Jonathan Mayen. Scottsdale to kick this one away. And they're going to send it back to Ramos. Headed by Wallace, now off the chest of Wilson. Wilson bringing it down the near side. Gets the pass over to Andela. Now Stewart with it. Stewart breaking through the defense. Now gets the pass over to Andela. Rough Riders try to break up the play. They get the ball back. Mondragon with it. Pass far side. Now Claudio just going to kick that one over to Eli Williams. Mondragon over to Eddie Flores, now to Borres. Borres Making his move, got a couple of defenders to beat. He's going to pass that one over to Wallace. Wallace with the kick. Header, and that'll bounce into the hands of Gerardo Ramos. Scottsdale bringing it down the far side of the field. Kick, and that goes out of bounds. Skipping past the scorekeeper's table with 10:45 remaining in the first half in a 2-0 game. Yavapai to throw it in. Scottsdale with the ball. Intercepted by the Rough Riders. Claudio. Pass to the far side. Now Scottsdale able to get the ball back. Claudio trying to come in, disrupt the play. He gets the ball back for Yavapai, then kicks it out of bounds into the Artichoke bench. Scottsdale to throw it in. Strong. Trying to cut off the Scottsdale attack. Kick toward net, and that one is going to go out of bounds. And Eli Williams will set up for the kick with 9:19 left to go in the first half. 2-0, Yavapai on top. In this, the regular season finale for both sides. Wallace chasing down the ball. He gets the pass over to Flores. Now to Fenton. Fenton at the halfway line. Kick to the far side. Over to Mayen. Tried to pass it to Fulop. Scottsdale defense cuts it off. And now they bring the ball upfield. Pass through the circle to Calderon. Now he gets that pass over to McCabe. McCabe kick toward net. And that one will be caught on the fly by Eli Williams. Pass to Borges. Borges trying to cut through a couple of defenders. Now he's going to pass that one over to the far side. Isaac Flores. Cross through the circle. Chase for the ball. Isaiah Strong catches up to it and gets it over to Wallace. And now they're going to kick it back to Eli Williams, who gets it over to Mondragon with 7:48 to go in the first half. Pass to Borges. And it looks like they're going to say offsides on that one. Scottsdale sets up for the kick. Claudio gets it, brings it through the circle. Pass to Tucker Fenton. Fenton going to get that one over to Borges. Borges kick toward net. Header and, oh, almost in. Looked like it might have hit the post. So about as close as you can get to a goal there for Yavapai, and that ball is going to roll onto the foot of the keeper Ramos with 6:40 remaining in the first half. 2-0 the score. 2 goals by Jonathan Mayen, giving him 12 on the season. Claudio with it for the Rough Riders, going to cross that one over to Mondragon. He's going to kick it to Williams. Williams boots it over to Ryan Wallace. Wallace and Stewart battling for the ball. Wallace, pass to Mayen. Mayen knocks that one over to Loac Borres. Borres gets by one defender, bringing it toward the net. Kick, and off the foot of number 21, Andre Henderson, the freshman defender. Corner kick coming up for the Rough Riders with 5:43 left to go in the first half. 2-0 Rough Riders. Line drive, kicking. That one goes in, top shelf by the Rough Riders. Yavapai scores on the corner kick. A great top shelf goal there by Yavapai. So now it's 3-0 Rough Riders, 5:23 left to go in the first half. And Loac Borres getting credit for the goal there for the Rough Riders. Jonathan Mayen getting the assist on that one. Mayen now 9 assists on the season as Yavapai goes for another one. Ball knocked around, reeled in by Eddie Flores. Flores turns, shoots off the foot of a Scottsdale defender, and now Stewart gets it away from goal. Loac Borres, that is his 4th goal of the season for Yavapai. On a nice corner kick by Jonathan Mayen. Mayen has now had a hand in all 3 scores for the Rough Riders, 2 goals himself and an assist. Long kick to the far side. Off the foot of Matt Logan. Yavapai gets the ball. Pass Arguello with the kick. And that one's going to bounce toward the near corner. Arguello going to let that one roll out of bounds. Yavapai to throw it in. Looks like it'll be Borres. As we come down to 3:50 remaining in the first half of a 3-0 game, and Yavapai 1 goal away from 3,000 all time. Borres kicks that one toward goal, headed away by Scottsdale. Eddie Flores able to get Arguello with the kick, and Arguello into the net for the goal! Adrian Arguello, you have just put yourself in the history books. He comes up with the 3,000th goal in Yavapai College history. Also personally for Adrian Arguello, that is his 3rd goal of the season. And that makes it a 4-0 Yavapai lead on the team's milestone 3,000th goal. Yavapai with it on the far side as they are in total control of this game. 4-0 lead, 16 shots on goal for Yavapai, just 2 for Scottsdale. Mondragon passes through the circle, intercepted by the Artichokes, and they kick it out of bounds. Ryan Wallace will throw it in for the Rough Riders with 2:24 to go in the first half. By the way, the assist on that 3,000th goal in Yavapai history goes to Eddie Flores. So congratulations to those 2 young men as they etch themselves into the Yavapai College history books. Still got plenty of game left, so we may see goal number 3001, 3002. Isaiah Strong gets that one over to Fenton. Fenton had about 2 or 3 defenders in front of him, able to pass the ball off. Kick toward the box. Fenton has it. Now gets it over to Strong. Strong to Arguello. Now Borges. Borges with the kick. And it looks like that went off the side of number 21, Andre Henderson. And that went out of bounds. As we come down to 1 minute remaining in the first half. Corner kick for the Rough Riders. This time it will be Eddie Flores. On the ground and kick and deflected. Isaiah Strong trying for his first goal of the year, and I believe that was Kamani Stewart who deflected it. Now kick toward goal, and that is caught by Ramos. Long boot into the Yavapai field. Header by Mondragon. Chase for the ball, and Isaiah Strong going to catch up to it. Collision of players. Ball rolls out of bounds. Strong and Andela collide as the final seconds ticking down. Yavapai will throw this one in, and no one goes for the ball because the clock has hit 0. And after 1 half of play, Yavapai College with a 4-0 lead over the Fighting Artichokes of Scottsdale College. Well, we're going to take a 10-minute break here on our live stream. And folks, thank you very much for joining us on this live stream on kyca.info and the Prescott Media Center. I'm John Rust, and I'll see you in about 10 minutes. And welcome back to Ken Lindley Field here in Prescott, Arizona. John Rust with you here as we get set for the second half of action in our contest. Yavapai College taking on Scottsdale College. It is a 4-0 lead for the Rough Riders on a very beautiful Prescott, Arizona day. Sunny skies, 75 degrees as we get ready for the second half of action. By the way, correction on Yavapai's goal scoring. It is 1 goal for Jonathan Mayen, 1 goal for Tucker Fenton, a goal by Loac Borges, and a goal by Adrian Arguello. And Arguello's goal was the 3,000th goal in the history of the Yavapai College soccer program. Yavapai with the ball to start the second half. Scottsdale goal now on the right of your screen, Yavapai on the left of your screen. People are probably saying, why don't you just say north or south or whatever? It's like, well, I'm sorry, but sitting here where I am without a compass, I don't know where north, south, east, and west is from my position. Give me a map and I can tell you, but I'm not going to spend time looking on my phone at Google Maps to figure out. I'm just going to go left and right. Yavapai with the ball. There's the kick toward goal and deflection, and oh, right on the doorstep. And I believe that was Gabriel Claudio with the kick, and Claudio just a little too much on that, sends it over the goal. So it's still a 4-0 lead for the Rough Riders. Goals by 4 different players. Fenton, Mayen, Arguello, and Borges. Stewart with it for the Artichokes. Kicks that one over to number 14, Johan Guerrero. Isaac Flores, however, able to steal the ball away and get it over to Fulop. You know, I talked about Jonathan Mayen, who I think should be a lock for ACC All-Conference first team, but what about some of these defenders Yavapai has? I'm sure you got to look at Isaac Flores. Definitely has to be a favorite for all-conference honors. Isaiah Strong, another one. Both of them have had very good seasons on the defense. Pedro Mondragon, another. Mike Pantaleone, as usual, able to come up with a very strong backfield for the Rough Riders. Kick, and I think that one was intended for Fulop, but a little too much on that pass. Scottsdale gets it back. Now slide attempted by Guerrero. Rough Riders have the ball now. Eddie Flores, pass over to Strong. Strong near the circle. Kick intercepted by the Artichokes. Mayen moving in, trying to get the ball away from Ramirez. Ramirez, pass to the far side. Eddie Flores comes in, gets the ball for the Rough Riders. Scottsdale steals it back. 42 minutes remaining in the second half. 4-zip Yavapai in the regular season finale. And that ball rolls out of bounds. It will be a throw-in for the Rough Riders. Loic Borges, who has one of the 4 Rough Rider goals today. Scottsdale out, almost stole it away on the far side. Ball goes out of bounds, throw in for the Rough Riders. Pass into the circle, Gabriel Claudio with it. Mayen almost tripped over the ball. Yavapai still has it. Mayen with it. Jonathan Mayen, a goal and an assist in this game. He has 11 goals on the year. To go along with 9 assists, Mayen, in fact, came in tied for 3rd in the conference in assists. Big header on the far side, and looks like that went off of a Rough Rider and out of bounds. I think that was Ryan Wallace. By the way, speaking of the ACCAC leaderboard, Tucker Fenton, 9 goals for him this season. Well, he entered the day tied for 4th in the conference in that category. Fulop with it. Fulop coming near the box, trying to get around a couple defenders, but Scottsdale able to get the ball away from him. Stewart makes that pass over to Matt Logan. Logan, long pass. Ball rolls away from Guerrero. And it's Claudio who comes up with it for the Rough Riders as he kicks that one over to Eli Williams. By the way, folks, the way things are shaping up in the standings, it looks like Yavapai should have a home playoff game next Wednesday. Site to be determined, either here or at Ken Lindley Field, as Fulop gets the pass over to Mayen. And the time also to be determined. It could be at 2 o'clock, it could be at 6 o'clock. Be sure to keep with KYCA, the news 1490 AM, 103.5 FM. As soon as we find out, we will let everyone know. Borges with it on the far side of the field. 38:53 remaining in the second half. Long kick toward goal. Cleared by Scottsdale. Yavapai gets it back in the box. Eddie Flores with it. Flores with Stewart on his 6. Now the pass over to, I believe that's Borges. Borges into the box and cleared by number 21, Henderson. Still 4-0 Yavapai. As it looks like it will be a throw-in for the Rough Riders on the far side of the field. Players gathering in the box. Bouncing ball, and Scottsdale booting it around. Finally, they clear it. And Ramirez and Mondragon going at it, and Mondragon falling to the ground. Whistle on the play, foul on the Artichokes. So the Rough Riders setting up for the kick with 37:35 left to go in the second half of a 4-0 game. Riders on top. Yavapai going for their 15th win of the season today. Kick by Borges, and that goes over the crossbar, out of bounds into the netting. Gerardo Ramos to set up for the kick for the Artichokes. Ramos, who played his high school ball at Sierra Linda. Off the head of Claudio. And whistle on the play, and it looks like that one is going to go against Yavapai. Scottsdale setting up for the kick. Header by Yavapai. Fulop gets it. Fulop crossover to Mayen. Now pass to Fulop. And try to make a little heel pass over to, I believe that was Tucker Fenton. Scottsdale gets the ball back. Calderon. Yavapai stealing the ball back. Pass to Claudio. Actually, Claudio is going to let Isaac Flores get that one for the Riders. Long pass into Scottsdale territory. The other Flores, Eddie Flores gets it. Now lead pass over to Fulop. Fulop toward the goal, and I think he tried to get that one over to Fenton, but it goes by him. Now battle for the ball on the far side. Kick by Scottsdale. They get the ball back. Trying to bring it into Yavapai territory. Body check there on Ramirez, but he gets up and gets the ball for Scottsdale. Long kick off the head of Gabriel Claudio. Now Mondragon passes it to the far side of the field. 35-22 left to go in the second half. 4-0 Yavapai. Scoring in this game by Tucker Fenton, Jonathan Mayen, Adrian Arguello, and Loac Borges. Eddie Flores. Now Scottsdale gets the ball back. Scottsdale still just 2 shots on goal. They have not tested Eli Williams for a very, very long time in this match. Yavapai, meanwhile, 16 shots on goal. So Gerardo Ramos has been getting a bit of a workout in net, along with the rest of the Scottsdale defense. Scottsdale ready for the kick. And a one-hopper into the hands of Eli Williams. Stewart trying to get the ball away from Flores. Flores gets tripped up, still on his feet. Pass over to Isaiah Strong. Mondragon on the far side. Rolls that one. Looked like trying to get to Fenton. Now Borres with the ball. Borres pass, and that one, big kick by Logan. And that one is going to bounce over the fence and onto the street, running alongside Ken Lindley Field. Ramirez has it for the Artichokes. Mayen gets the pass over to Fulop. Now Fulop trying to get around the defense. Pass to Mayen. Mayen gets tripped up in the box. Play continues. Artichokes with the ball. Taking it down the field, Victor Sanchez. Sanchez gets a little shove there from Isaac Flores as the ball goes out of bounds, and actually it looks like it will be Yavapai possession. Eli Williams setting up for the ball as Yavapai getting ready to make some substitutions with 32:50 to go in the second half. Brandon Fisher, one of the new players into the game. It looks like Eddie Flores and Paul Fulop coming out.
Does that mean the stream's done? You try connecting back to Ryan.
Fulop, who has an assist today for Yavapai, and that gives him 6 on the season. Mayen trying to get the pass to Fisher, almost missed him, but Fisher keeps the ball from going out of bounds. Now gets it back to Mayen. Backdoor pass over to Flores. Now to Claudio. Pass over to Eli Williams. Now Tucker Fenton on the far side. Loose ball, Scottsdale able to pick it up. Calderon. Little bouncer onto the foot of Victor Sanchez, the sophomore defender. Now to Logan. And now it looks like Sanchez can't find anyone downfield to pass it to, gets it over to Logan. Now Fenton skips off his scalp. Scottsdale getting the ball back with 31-13 left to go in the second half. 4-0 Yavapai. Long boot downfield. Isaac Flores and Guerrero chasing after the ball, and Johan Guerrero picks it up for the Artichokes. Kick toward goal, cleared by Mondragon. Now Mondragon and Ramirez tangling up, and a grab of a jersey there by Ramirez. And Scottsdale going to get called for the foul there, man. Ramirez almost yanking that jersey off of Mondragon. And now stoppage of the clock. And the official calling over Ramirez and having a talk with him. And I don't know if it was about the grabbing of the jersey or perhaps Ramirez said something to the official. And Ramirez pleading his case. Well, no card issued, and it looks like the referee gave his lecture to Ramirez, and play continues. Brandon Fisher with the ball over to Isaiah Strong. Now gets the pass to Flores. Gabriel Claudio, the Cibola High School alum, who was the 2016-17 Southern Region Player of the Year while playing for Cibola. Enrique Zamora with it now. And that pass goes out of bounds, rolls into the Scottsdale bench. 30 minutes left to go in the second half. It's 4-0 Yavapai. On this, the regular season finale. Artichokes have the ball. Victor Sanchez, he's going to kick that one back to the keeper Ramos. Gets it away just in time as Tucker Fenton was bearing down on him. Kick down the far side of the field. And Eli Williams going to come out of goal, excuse me. And kick that ball over to Claudio. Zamora gets the pass over to Fisher. Now lead pass to Zamora. Actually coming in, stealing the ball is Scottsdale. Looks like that was Sanchez. Calderon, long pass, intercepted by the Rough Riders. They come toward goal, Fenton with it. And now a bouncing ball off the foot of Atkinson, and that is fielded by Ramos. He throws that one over to Johan Guerrero, the freshman midfielder. Ball rolling around the halfway line, picked up by the Rough Riders. Mayen. Now Isaac Flores gets that one over to Fisher. Fisher moving toward the box. Now turns, has a defender in front of him. He's going to kick that one over to Isaac Flores. Flores, kick toward goal, headed away by the Scottsdale defense. Artichokes bringing it down the far side of the field. Now Stewart has a couple of defenders in front of him, gets that ball over to Logan. Logan kicked toward goal, and that one off the chest of Jalen Atkinson. He clears that one. Pass to Mayen. Mayen kicks it across the halfway line. I believe that's Tucker Fenton with the ball now. A couple of defenders in front of him. Fenton kicks, and off the diving Gerardo Ramos, getting his hands extended, knocking the ball away. Scottsdale with the ball. Kamani Stewart gets that one in the circle to Prieto Esquivel. Scottsdale player falls. Play continues. Yavapai with the ball. Isaac Flores. Flores, while playing at San Luis High School, was the 2018-19 Southern Region Player of the Year. Ball out of bounds, and it will be a throw-in for the Artichokes. Their captain, Matt Logan, to do the throw-in. As we get a substitution, Juan Ramirez coming out of the game. Logan the throw-in. That goes off the foot of Johan Guerrero. Yavapai gets the ball. Brandon Fisher into the box. Tried to get the pass to Fenton, but it gets knocked away and out of bounds. Brandon Fisher, local product out of Bradshaw Mountain High School, having himself a pretty good year for the Rough Riders. 5 goals and 4 assists on his stat sheet. Yavapai with the corner kick. Looks like it'll be Mayen again with 25:44 left to go in the second half. Line drive kick, bouncing ball, and bicycle kick there by Fisher. That one rolls out of the box. Yavapai gets it. Line drive kick toward goal, and that one goes wide of net, out of bounds. 18 shots on goal now for the Rough Riders. Scottsdale, they have just not been able to generate much offense since the early part of this game. Header by Claudio. Stewart with it in the circle, passes that one over to Calderon. Now Stewart almost picked it up on the far side. Yavapai fighting for the ball. Scottsdale gets it. Pass in the circle, knocked away by the Rough Riders. And now they get the ball, trying to bring it toward the Scottsdale goal. Pass intended for Fenton, gets away from him. Scottsdale able to control the ball with 24:35 remaining in the second half. Roller over to Gabriel Claudio. Now Fenton with it. Fenton trying for a lead pass to Brandon Fisher. Fisher in the box. Makes the pass. Kick, and Zamora's kick blocked. And another shot. That one goes over the crossbar, off the foot of Manuel Quiros. And a good stop there on that first attempt by Zamora by Andre Henderson. Henderson, freshman defender from Scottsdale. I mean Scottsdale as in the city, not the college. Henderson actually played his high school soccer at Chaparral. And for baseball fans, that is the school that produced former Chicago White Sox All-Star first baseman Paul Konerko. Stewart with the ball. Now Isaiah Strong gets it away from him and gets it over to Claudio. Claudio just going to kick it over to Williams. Eli Williams kicks that one toward the halfway line, headed by Scottsdale. And that one will bounce out of bounds in front of the Artichoke bench. As we come down to 23 minutes left in regulation, 4-0 Yavapai. Tucker Fenton, Jonathan Mayen, Adrian Arguello, and Loac Bores with the goals for the Rough Riders. Eddie Flores, Tucker Fenton, Jonathan Mayen, and Paul Fulop, they have assists today. Isaac Flores gets that one over to Fisher. Actually, Fisher gets away from him, but he is able to get the ball back on the near sidelines. Heading toward the box. Fisher, cutting in front of him is Logan, and then cleared by number 10. Actually, that was number 16, I believe, Victor Sanchez with the clear, but kicks it out of bounds, and that's going to be another corner kick for the Rough Riders. Jonathan Mayen to take it. With 22 minutes remaining in regulation of a 4-0 game, Rough Riders on top. Header high up in the air and out of bounds. Last touched by the Rough Riders, and it will be Scottsdale possession. However, we're going to take the players are going to take a break here. 21:48 water break time. Mentioned before, Scottsdale Fighting Artichokes, certainly one of the more unique names in college sports, just sports in general. Mentioned another one of the rather unusual names out there, UC Santa Cruz. They are the Banana Slugs. A couple others, just trying to remember off the top of my head. I think it's UC Santa Barbara. They're the Aardvarks. In fact, Yavapai College had a couple of former players suit up for UC Santa Barbara. And the other college here, Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University, members of the CalPAC Conference. They've got a couple of schools they play with some pretty unique names. One of their fellow CalPAC schools is Cal State Maritime. One of my favorite names, they are the Keel Haulers. I always wonder if their school fight song is the song Keel Hauled by one of my favorite metal bands, Ailstorm, the Scottish pirate metal band. You also have the University of Akron. They are the Zips. Probably one of my all-time favorite college team names has to be Marshall University, the Thundering Herd. I like it so much. The main character of my Sea Raptor and Reptilian novels, Jack Raston, when I was deciding where should this guy go for his ROTC schooling, I went, Marshall University, since I like their nickname. Yavapai back out on the field. The Fighting Artichokes also back out on the field. In case you're wondering, many years ago when Scottsdale was trying to decide what their school nickname should be, apparently there was a vote taken and many of the faculty and students weren't big sports fans and decided, well, let's give Scottsdale one of the weirdest, dumbest names we could think of, hence the Artichokes. Don't know if I would call it a dumb name. It is a unique name. I think it's even better than the nickname for my former college, Mount St. Vincent. We were the Dolphins, and we were along the Hudson River, and I was always saying, I've never seen any dolphins in the Hudson River. Why are we called the Dolphins? Scottsdale with the ball. That's Stewart. He's able to get that one over to Logan. Now stolen by Brandon Fisher. Fisher. Ball gets away from him. Still has it. Fisher turns, shoots, and off the side of the net, Brandon Fisher. Ramos sets up for the kick for the Artichokes. Header by Yavapai. Now Quiroz trying to reel in the ball for the Rough Riders. Trying to get through the defenders. To the box. Knocked away by Scottsdale, and now they're just going to kick it out of bounds. Throw in for Yavapai, who lead this game 4-0. Ball over to Zamora. Zamora at the far corner. Now Scottsdale gets the ball away from the Rough Riders. Juan Ramirez. Pass over to the far side. Ball skips away. Jalen Atkinson gets it for Yavapai. Now Scottsdale steals it back. 20 shots on goal for the Rough Riders. Just 2 for Scottsdale. With 19:50 remaining in the second half. Pass to Claudio. Alfredo Vega into the game for Yavapai. He gets that over to Claudio. Long pass by Claudio. That goes out of bounds. And Vega, the 6'2 defender from El Mirage, will throw it in for the Rough Riders. To Fisher. Fisher tried to keep it from going out of bounds, but was unsuccessful. And it will be a throw-in for Scottsdale College. Off the head of number 23, Kenneth Ayers. For 4-0 Yavapai. All 4 goals coming in the first half. As Eli Williams gets that bouncing ball for Yavapai. To Arguello. Arguello tried to get that one to Fisher, but it goes off the foot of Matt Logan and out of bounds. And Vega to throw it in for the Rough Riders. Off the chest of Claudio. Claudio runs into Kenneth Ayers. Knocked down, ball goes out of bounds. And Vega to throw it in. Gets it to Fulop. Short pass over to Fisher. Now gets that one over to Vega, to Arguello, the man who scored the 3,000th goal in Rough Rider history. Kick toward the box, headed by Scottsdale. Ball rolls out of bounds, and they're going to say last touched by the Rough Riders. Matt Logan will throw it in. 17:40 remaining in the second half. 4-0 Yavapai, and that ball off the leg of Al-Hidri. Out of bounds. Vega to throw it in again for Yavapai. Gets it over to Gabriel Claudio. Yavapai player tripped up on the far side. Play continues. Haven't been that many whistles in this game. Long pass to the near side, and that one will bounce out of bounds. And Alfredo Vega to do the throw-in with 16:49 remaining in regulation. Paul Fulop over to Vega. Atkinson. And Yavapai just going to let that roll over to Williams, who boots it over to Pedro Mondragon. Yavapai with it on the far side of the field. Stolen by the Artichokes. Slide there by Zamora, and that one will go out of bounds. It will be Scottsdale possession. And they're going to kick that one back to the keeper, Ramos. Long kick, header by the Rough Riders, and whistle on the play. Looks like a little too much contact there by Mondragon on Ramirez. So Scottsdale will set up for the kick. Toward net, and that one will sail over the goal and out of bounds. Eli Williams to retrieve it, as we'll get more substitutions for the Rough Riders. Eli Williams, who came into today's contest with a 7-3 record, 39 saves, 1.04 goals against average. Williams, named by his hometown paper, the Gympie Times, one of the 7 best soccer players in Gympie, Queensland, Australia. Yavapai bringing the ball toward the box. And that one will roll out of bounds. And it looks like it'll be a throw-in for the Rough Riders with 14:35 to go in the second half. Scottsdale with the ball on the far side. Pass over to Al-Hirdri. Scottsdale brings it past the halfway line. Kick toward the near side. Kenneth Ayers tracking it down and loses the ball, goes out of bounds. Yavapai to throw it in. Off the chest of Arguello. I'll get that one over to Vega. Vega launches that one over to number 10, Gavin Tinsley. Quite a few of the second string in the game now for Yavapai, as they're up 4-0 with 13:35 remaining in regulation. Atkinson passes through the halfway line to Arguello. Arguello and Stewart fighting for the ball. Stewart able to pry it away from Arguello. Now Ayers over to number 20, Andela. Andela, Flores tangling up. And Flores just going to kick the ball out of bounds. 13 minutes remaining in the second half of a 4-0 game. Yavapai in the lead. Matt Logan to throw it in. Al-Hirdri in the box. Yavapai trying to get it clear, and they do. And it looks like Al-Hirdri might have gotten a hard hit there as he was slow to get up. Scottsdale with the ball now at the near side. Kick intercepted by Tinsley. Tinsley moving toward the box. Tinsley, the Scottsdale Artichoke on his 6. Turns, shoots. Zamora falls down, cleared by the Artichokes. Now Vega with it. Vega. Pass over to Brandon Fisher at the near sidelines. Fisher tight-roping it. Now tangled up with Prieto Esquivel. Esquivel gets the ball away from Fisher. Gets it to Stewart. Now Ramirez has it. Ramirez rolls that one over to Matt Logan. Stewart has it in Yavapai territory with 11:40 remaining in the second half. 4-0 Yavapai. Prieto Esquivel on the far side. Ball rolls over to Victor Sanchez. Sanchez going to pass to the near side. That goes to Logan. Logan trying to get around Fisher. Pass, and that one's intercepted by the Rough Riders. Vega takes it. Now Zamora gets knocked down by Ramirez. Ramirez gets the ball back for the Artichokes. And Zamora comes in, kicks the ball away, and it rolls out of bounds. And I think Prieto Esquivel might have taken a bit of a hard hit there. But he is able to get up and walk it off. Play continues. 10:46 and counting to go in the second half. It's 4-0 Yavapai. And now we have a clock stoppage as it's like we've got an injured Artichoke, and we are going to get the training staff for Yavapai come out, so a bit of a delay here in our game. Don't have a number on who the injured Artichoke is. All we have this time is players head over to the sidelines while the injured Scottsdale player is being tended to. Again, the Region 1 playoffs begin on Monday. It starts off with the 3rd and 6th place teams and the 4th and 5th place teams going at it. And then on Wednesday, the winners of those games will take on the 1st and 2nd place teams. As it stands right now, there is a 3-way tie for first in the ACCAC. Yavapai, Phoenix, and Pima, all with identical 7-2 records. Right behind them, Arizona Western, they stand at 6-2 and 1, their conference record. And that is number 23, Kenneth Ayers. They're now able to stand up. And Ayers is going to be helped off the field by the Yavapai College training staff. So we wish Kenneth Ayers our well wishes. And hopefully this is not a serious injury for the young sophomore. Just running down the rest of the ACCAC standings, Paradise Valley, well, they would be, I guess, technically in 5th place with a 5-4-1 conference record. Chandler Gilbert, 4-3-2 conference record. And Mesa, 4-4-1. Scottsdale, they are 4-5 in conference play. And then you have South Mountain and Gateway, neither team with a win this season. And on the schedule today, along with this game, all other games starting at 7, Phoenix, they are hosting Glendale College, Pima College hosting Arizona Western, Chandler Gilbert hosting Mesa, and, well, Gateway and South Mountain playing today, so we'll see if one of those teams can end the season with their first win of the season. Either that or they'll wind up in a tie. I wonder if they can have a special rule that if those two teams do tie at the end of overtime, they can maybe have a shootout just so one of them can claim one win this season. Stewart with the ball for the Artichokes. Fisher steals it back for the Rough Riders. And a whistle on the play. And now it looks like we have a Rough Rider in pain. And it looks like that's Isaac Flores as he's kind of rubbing just below his chest. And he was also it's like stretching out his arm as well. But it does look like things are, actually it looks like Flores might be coming out of the game here. running off the field under his own power, so hopefully it is not a serious situation. Yavapai, they actually had 2 players who suffered season-ending injuries. One of them was Jesus Medina. The other was Kevin Lowe. Lowe, who last year made the all-conference second team. Arguello with it in the circle, and he gets that one around Prieto Esquivel. Now Ramirez trying to get it back for Scottsdale with 9:40 to go in the second half. 4-0 our score. Yavapai on top. Neither team has scored here in the second half. And actually, I don't think Yavapai would be all that disappointed if they did not have a goal here in the second half. Got their 4 in the first half. They got the win. That's really all that matters. And again, the way things are, Yavapai will likely play in the Region 1 semifinals next Wednesday. It's either going to be a 2 p.m. or 6 p.m. game. It will be either at Ken Lindley Field or Mountain Valley Park in Prescott Valley as the ball gets loose and rolling toward the keeper, but cleared by the Rough Riders. Mayen with it, and both Mayen and Sanchez kick the ball at the same time, rolls out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for the Artichokes. Well, wherever that game is, whatever time it will be played, we will be live streaming it on kyca.info and the Prescott Media Center. Also, be sure to like the Facebook pages of both KYCA 1490 AM and 103.5 FM, as well as the Prescott Media Center. Also on kyca.info, later this evening, we will be live streaming the Yavapai College Scottsdale College volleyball match on kyca.info. And a note on that one, folks, due to some rules and the preferences of the coach at Scottsdale, this will be an audio-only live stream. We will not be permitted to do video live streaming for the Scottsdale Yavapai volleyball match. Kick toward goal and a slow roller that is easily fielded by the keeper, Eli Williams. Yavapai with the ball now. Slide made by Scottsdale, but Yavapai gets the ball back. Brandon Fisher with it. Fisher getting the pass over to Tinsley. Tinsley with a shot off the diving keeper and into the goal! Deflected off the keeper, deflected off the post, and into net. And Yavapai will not be held scoreless in the second half on that Gavin Tinsley goal. Gavin Tinsley, goal number 4 for him on the season. I'll tell you what, give it up for Gavin Tinsley. He has been a very, very productive member of Yavapai coming off that bench, along with 4 goals for him, 3 assists as well for Gavin Tinsley, making this a 5-0 Yavapai lead. Under 6 minutes to play in regulation. Also, folks, the assist on that Gavin Tinsley goal goes to another guy who has been doing a great job coming off the bench for Yavapai, and that is Brandon Fisher. Fisher, 5 assists now on the season to go along with his 5 goals. Juan Ramirez with it for the Artichokes. Gets it over to Kamani Stewart. Ball rolls to the far side of the field and looks like out of bounds. They're going to say possession to the Rough Riders. There's the throw into Isaac Flores. And Zamora looks like got tripped up there by a sliding Artichoke player. Came up a little gimpy. I mean, gimpy like in his movement, not Gympie, Australia, the hometown of Eli Williams. But I'm pretty sure you knew the difference in Gimpies there. Fisher with the pass, deflected by the Scottsdale defense. They clear. Now Stewart gets the lead pass over to Ramirez, takes it through the center circle. Ramirez backs off. Yavapai putting some defensive pressure on him. Gets that one over to Calderon. Now to Stewart. Stewart gets that one to Guerrero. Now Al-Hidri with it. Yavapai able to steal the ball away from him. Good defensive effort there by the Rough Riders to get the ball back with 3:50 to go in the second half of a 5-0 game. Arguello gets tripped up, and we're going to get a whistle on the play. Kamani Stewart with the foul. And talk about a disparity of shots on goal. 21 for the Rough Riders, just 3 for Scottsdale. Eli Williams out of goal to kick this one away. And I can't tell who that clipped off of as it goes out of bounds. They're going to say it caught a piece of Brandon Fisher, so Scottsdale's Matt Logan will throw this one in. We are coming down to 3 minutes remaining in regulation. Ball deflected off the leg of Brandon Fisher and out of bounds. Another throw-in coming for the sophomore, Matt Logan. Ball along the near sidelines. Guerrero with the pass over to Calderon. Yavapai 2 minutes, 35 seconds away from closing out their regular season schedule with a win and garnering their 15th W overall on the season. And Stewart almost with a chance to get a good shot on goal, but Yavapai, their defense breaks it up. Now Ramirez has it in the circle. Pass to Calderon, ball skips away, and Eli Williams with a dive and a stop. Looked like that was Guerrero who was almost on top of that ball trying to make the kick, but Williams denies him. Tinsley with it. Gets the pass to Fisher. That one's cut off by Logan. And Logan's just going to boot this one out of bounds with a $1:45 left to go in regulation. Alfredo Vega will throw this one in for the Rough Riders. Gets it to Brandon Fisher. Fisher turning, and Fisher gets dropped from behind by Logan. So a foul called against Scottsdale. Enrique Zamora will set up the kick here for the Rough Riders. Zamora, a graduate of Cibola High School, where he had 26 goals in his career. 55 seconds remain in this game. 5-0 Yavapai. Roller on the ground. That one's going to be cleared by the Artichokes. Ramirez with it. Ramirez hovering around the halfway line. Arguello cutting him off. Arguello and Ramirez now tangling up. Now he gets the pass over to Guerrero. Johan Guerrero. 20 seconds left to go. Fisher has it at the near sidelines, passes it back to Zamora. Now Fisher taking it toward the box. 10 seconds to go. Fisher cut off by Stewart. Ball rolls away from Fisher. He gets it back, and he's just going to hold on to it as the clock hits 0, and that will do it. The regular season comes to a close with a 5-0 Yavapai College victory. Goals by 5 different players: Tucker Fenton, Gavin Tinsley, Jonathan Mayen, Adrian Arguello, and Loic Bores. Arguello's goal, the 3,000th in Rough Rider history. Again, our final score here, 5-0. By the way, folks, this just in from Yavapai Athletic Director Brad Clifford. Yavapai College will host a Region 1 playoff game next Wednesday. The time to be determined, but we do know it will be right here at Ken Lindley Field, and our opponent, well, that's going to be determined as well. So it'll either be 2 o'clock or 6 o'clock next Wednesday here at Yavapai College. We will live stream that game on kyca.info and the Prescott Media Center. Again, the final score from Ken Lindley Field: Yavapai 5, Scottsdale 0. That's going to do it for our live stream. For the crew from the Prescott Media Center, I'm John Rust saying good night, everybody.